Wii's motion control.
True.
And, like, yeah, it's better, but, like, if it's coming out 4 years later, it better be
What I would like to see is rather than having games completely focus on the motion control, have it interface into the system.
Yeah,
itself.
like now how they're doing 3D movies with just a touch.
Like if you're having, like, let's say you're playing Call of Duty Black Ops or something, so you're playing with the controller, but then you have other things that you can do at the same time without using the controller. So, like, if you're working with your team and you need to be quiet, rather than, you know, having button controls, you could just like you know, swing your hand or do some sort of hand gesture, and the Natal will read that, understand that, and then say, okay, you want us to do this, because this way, because you only have so many buttons you can play with on the controller.
Yeah. I feel that pressing A will always be easier than.
Well, yeah, if you run out of options with the controls, I mean, you see.
I guess, but I mean,
I would like to see like Ghost Recon hand signals done with controls.
That's what.
Okay,
that's
the other thing is though that like people who are really into those type of gimmicks and things like that are like that's clearly you know usually a more casual type of gamer. Mm-hmm. And people who are really, because I mean, the people who are playing PlayStation are usually hardcore. They're gonna be using DualShocks. Like if they're playing, like they're talking about first-person shooter stuff, they're gonna be using, you know.
Yeah, I'm not saying get rid of the controller. I'd like to see the two used together. Or like,
okay, but the problem I see with adding it for PlayStation, it's already like the most expensive system. You're now talking about adding on something that's going to cost significantly more, and it's all going towards a demographic that isn't going to be buying that system in the first place. Mm-hmm. That's just the way.
What they're trying to do, they're trying to steal away some of those.
I get what they're trying, but there's no way you're taking away. Like Nintendo's already got it into the minds of the parents that like. Yeah. This is the system for kids.
Well, what I would really like to see though is at least the use of the voice recognition to like bring up HUDs and menus and maps.
Yeah, that could be interesting for like the menu
like,
and stuff.
Like if you're playing like a Tom Clancy game or something, you're playing it just like rather than pressing a button, just say like night vision and night vision.
If they can get it to work well, like I've never seen something like that work well before. If they can get it to work really well,
and someone walking behind you can just be a jerk and be like night vision, damn it.
Well, one thing that's gonna be funny though is if you have Kinects or Natal or whatever they're gonna call it, like once it comes out, don't play near any windows, because if you just look at what these people are doing, I mean, if someone sees you through the window, before you know it, men in white suits are gonna show up and you're gonna wake up in a padded room.
Or like the Star Wars motion sensing. If you see someone swinging a lightsaber at it.
Yeah, I mean, they're just sitting there, you're like dancing around and jumping and like ducking and stuff, and someone looked through the window like, the hell?
That probably already happened with the iToy.
What do you think of the Slim?
Yeah, they're just.
Did it flop?
I think Rans is a big fan.
I think you're gonna buy it no matter what.
I might.
It's about time that there's a wireless card in there.
Yeah, really it has Wi-Fi, so I might get it because of the Wi-Fi.
It's really nice that it comes with a wireless connector. I just think it's too little, too late, sort of thing. I mean, that should.
Well, we have a whole other generation of Kinect.
I know.
We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know yet. We don't know if this. I mean, it's great technology, but how they implement it will determine whether it's successful. I think they should have had these wireless cards in there from the start when it was released. I mean, there's no reason.
Especially because that stuff's in motherboards as it is.
Yeah, I mean, it would have taken in the assembly line a whole 2.4 seconds longer to slap that in there.
And it's absurd to be spending $100 on that antenna thing.
I had to do it.
It is completely absurd. Because you know how much wireless cards cost? How much was yours I put in your rig? I think it was like $20.
Yeah.
It was not bad.
Well, that's the thing. Microsoft is like the console version of Dell. You have to buy only Dell stuff, otherwise it won't work.
It's really annoying. It's and now you could, of course, do the netbook trick. But Anyways. What about the games? Any games, big, good, bad, or was it all pretty much Microsoft quality?
It's all very good. I mean, other than the Kinect stuff.
I think the problem with this press conference is that you look at like the Kinect Sports and stuff. Like they're basically doing the press conference that Sony did. I mean, Nintendo did like 2 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, they spent way too much time on these crappy gimmick
focusing
games
on the
and
Kinect.
didn't focus on their main titles
like Gears 3 looked awesome. I think they
Gears
should have
of War
spent
3,
some more time on it.
Call of Duty, Black Ops. Well, from what I saw, though, it still looks pretty good. I mean, I'm still probably going to play that. Yeah. I mean, despite my utter hatred of Modern Warfare 2. I don't hate the series, I just hate that one in particular.
Well, you don't like you like Treyarch though. So
Yeah, well, I really don't care like who develops it because like I never hate a developer because developer you can always slip up. You can always make a terrible game, but you can always make a good game. It's not like, oh, you made a crappy game, so I'm never gonna like anything you ever make again.
And they haven't announced or denounced the zombie mode, in case any of you guys are wondering.
Oh, okay.
It's old.
Wasn't it?
Once you play Killing Floor, it's like forget it.
Well, even so, I mean, it's just kind of old now.
Any other big games we should?
I
besides
can think of one.
Gears of War and Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that's like good?
Metal Gear Solid
Rising.
Rising
Oh, that
was
looks so
really
cool.
good.
That
Yeah,
was really
it
good.
does.
I only have one like annoyance is that the one part where you see where he slow motion cuts a guy in half and then he like while in slow motion he keeps cutting up this guy. I'm just kind of like, is that really necessary now? I mean,
Well, I mean,
I don't know. I think it looks cool.
Well, I mean,
it is.
Sometimes
it's gonna
overkill
look
is necessary.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
gonna look cool for like the first probably like 6 or 7 times, then maybe it'll start to get stale a bit. Kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
he's already dead. I want to get that guy over there with
yeah,
the big
I
machine
I
gun.
can see what you're saying.
I understand that, but I mean, like, I think that was just for show. They're just showing that you could do
yeah.
that because
but I also like
towards the end they showed him cutting up a watermelon.
yeah, what I also
Unless
what I
unless
also
that's
saw-
an achievement or something.
which I also saw, which was pretty cool, was the destructibility where he cuts through some columns and then drops a roof
yeah, that
on
was very
people.
cool.
Yeah, that
That's
was
cool.
All right, there's
Yeah.
2 key things that you need to know about Reach after this conference, and I guess I'll jump in here. The first thing you need to know, other than your weird gestures that you're doing right now that nobody else can see, is that they announced that Firefight will be coming to Reach as well.
2.0 with
Which-
matchmaking.
Which
That's I'm happy with.
which is going to be pretty awesome. I'm totally pumped for that. But the main thing, which is probably the most controversial thing they've shown, is that there will be space battles in Halo Reach.
Am I the only Halo player that's happy with that?
I think it.
I'm
I
on
always
the
like
fence.
Star Wars
I need
things
to
with that,
see
yeah.
more.
Yeah, we
before
don't
I can
know
judge.
yet.
Because I was like, wait,
Now, when you
is this
say
going to be another stupid cinematic?
well, when you say
Wait,
space
cool.
battles, you're talking like
You're in a
battles
ship.
that okay, you're in.
I mean, like
It's
you're
like-
not like on a banshee, like
It's like
50
dog
feet above the
fights.
ground.
Okay,
like
so
dog
you're in a
fights.
ship.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking of just
Oh, yeah,
like,
no,
like
yeah.
a map on the moon or something. Or
They're
like
trying
map,
to,
you're
yeah, they're
like,
trying to. It's kind of like they're doing a Star Wars Battlefront or
It
Warhawk
looks
or
exactly
something.
Yeah,
like
like
that
Battlefront.
Yeah, like when
Except
I
different
saw
types of
this
shit.
space battle, a couple things came to my mind. And one, when I think of space battle, I sort of think of Battlestar Galactica, like big capital ships battling it out. I think that's a really cool part, and I hope there's gonna, like in the trailer, you can see he's one of the human ships shooting at the Covenant. And I thought that was really cool. And also, I don't want it to become like a Star Wars Battlefront where you just chase down these other fighters and kill them out one by one. I mean,
I like that.
I don't know. I think it gets dull, like just chasing them over and over. Like
It was fun.
I
but
think
it
the
does-
Doing
boarding-
the same thing on land,
But
like chasing
overall,
people.
it does get a little dull after.
Yeah, the thing I want to know about it is because like I can't really make an opinion at this point. They haven't made a vehicle in Halo that I've really just been like, wow, this is like really lame. But at the same time, when you're taking it to this new level where you have full range in space, it's kind of a big risk, and it's kind of different from the formula they've sort of established for themselves. So it should be interesting to see once we start seeing more.
I think they'll be fine.
And there will be space battles in Firefight. I heard that the other day.
Whoa.
oh, that sounds cool.
All right.
Gears of War 3. The
Well,
announcement of
Beast
Beast
Mode.
Mode.
So
Mode.
awesome!
Like-
I've never been a fan of Gears really before. I got 2, and I wasn't that thrilled with it. But like this looks really fun, and like
And-
the co-op, like
Beast
Yeah,
mode?
it's basically
You haven't
horde
seen-
mode. Only you're a locust, and you're killing off Cog instead of locusts, or instead of you being
awesome.
you.
I want to be
Cog.
a
so
grenadier. The grenadier looks freaking badass.
And to any of you who are still wondering, they're not removing the horde mode in place of this. They're keeping horde mode. They're keeping multiplayer. They're keeping
Hell
campaign.
yeah.
Well,
now
I
you
like
can
the
do
horde mode
front
is
person
sick.
co-op.
You know what I
Yeah.
like to play? I like to play at the Lambit. Those guys look cool.
So who went next chronologically?
EA.
EA. Who did EA? Rance?
Yes. Oh.
All right. Highlights from EA.
So I'm just gonna go down the line. The very first.
Hold on. What was your overall impression of EA? Because I thought they did a good job.
I expected a lot less from them, so I
Yeah,
was
me too,
happy.
Yeah.
I was happy. I mean, I saw some Star Wars.
Yeah, that trailer was
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
expected
Yeah.
like sports. That's
Yeah.
first-person shooter.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to
There was
take on.
Madden.
I don't know what to take about Madden 11. I mean, I'm a big fan of
That's
Madden.
all I was expecting.
I'm a big fan of Madden series and
Uh,
how you being able to
I'm not.
play the game in less than half the time. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're changing up the playmaking
Yeah.
system, so they're claiming that it'll